What's good then, YouTube? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst. Today, we are bringing you a rule breaker Jonathan Bamba player review. We're going to be letting you know whether he is worth you picking up and putting into your team on FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. What I will say is if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are bringing you loads of player reviews over this weekend with the new rule breaker teams. Hope you guys look forward to that. So first of all, let's go ahead and talk about Jonathan Bamba's stats. He is 93 pace, 81 shooting, 89 passing, 87 dribbling, and 65 physical. Where did I play him first of all? I played him up front. The reason why I played him up front is because I wanted to get an understanding of what he was like in front of goal. I think it's pretty self-explanatory that this guy has got the ability to beat a man. He's got the pace, good dribbling stats as a whole, and good passing as well. I wanted to see what the weakest part of his game was like, which was the shooting. So do take that into account when we are looking at him. At the minute, he is coming in at around 200,000 coins on both consoles, which is less than what I paid for him. So that was a bonus for you guys. And in terms of chemistry style, we could be looking at maybe a finisher, a marksman, or a hawk. It just depends really on where you are playing in him and what you want from him. With his base stats, without a chemistry style applied, the main thing that I kind of looked and what brought my attention to was the 90 agility, 92 balance. He does have 84 reactions, which isn't terrible. 87 dribbling with 84 composure. 81 finishing and 84 shot power for a winger, in my opinion, is pretty decent. He's 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, with great pace, a 91 short passing, and 84 long passing, and 91 curve. He offers a lot. He's a very well-rounded card. I suppose the only proper weakness, in my opinion, when I look at him, is the physical stats, right? He does lack a little bit in the physical department. But 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, as I said, 5'9", and high work rate. So that's kind of what we're looking at on the face value of the card. Actually, how did he perform in game? Obviously, we've got a load of clips. So we did play, I think it's 17 games with Jonathan Bamba to get a real good understanding of how the card performs and what we can kind of expect from it moving forward. So let's go ahead and talk about, first of all, his pace. How was his pace on the card? Well, it's 93. He's 5'9". Agility and balance is good. It's pretty self-explanatory, as I said, that he is quick off the mark. He is great. I think the only letdown, which kind of comes into something else with his pace, is that if someone got a tug of your shirt, you just didn't get the chance to really break away and use that pace to your advantage. What I would recommend, if you are, you've got grass to run into and you are going to run, try and use maybe the LB release into the sprint to get that speed boost with the LB dribbling into the sprint button, or the right stick flick or the double tap of the sprint button to get your explosive sprint. If you can do that and break away from a defender, he is great with his pace, because his pace obviously is very strong, and that low center of gravity really helps him kind of break away at 5'9". Just don't let anyone get near you. If you let someone get near you and they get a tug of your shirt, that's where you're going to see yourself really struggle with Jonathan Bamba to break away. How was his shooting? As I said, with 81 shooting, I wanted to test his finishing inside the box. I wanted to see how he was. On his right foot, inside the box, he felt pretty clinical, as you see one rifle into the back of the net there. He felt pretty clinical for what he is. I was pretty impressed with him in that side of things. I mean, again, it depends on what chemistry style you want. I mean, I don't think you need to put like a finisher on him necessarily. But given that the rest of his card is pretty good, if you do put a finisher on him, you're taking his shot power up to 94, his finishing up to 96, his positioning to 90, and then obviously you're going ahead and increasing his dribbling as well, which is a bonus because that, has obviously took a bit of a downgrade in comparison to his gold card. Obviously with the way these rule breakers have worked. So that finisher really helped this card put the ball in the back of the net. I think the biggest weakness I found was his weak foot. Although he has got a 4-star weak foot, I didn't really trust it. It didn't really feel that reliable. The few times that I did get in, he put it wide, straight at the keeper, that sort of stuff. I don't think that's too big of a deal though, because again, the majority of you probably playing him out on the wing, and he certainly has great finishing, which for a winger on FIFA 22 right now, I think that's good. When you think about Inform Vinicius Jr., the 83 or the 85 rated, which is very popular, and the Inform Vinicius, the first one, is a little bit cheaper than this card, his finishing's terrible. Yes, he's got 5-star skills, but his finishing's terrible. So in comparison to that, you certainly get a big bonus here on that side of things. How was his passing? I played him in a 2-striker formation, as I said. So the ability to, go for that over-the-top ball, the short passing, the driven passes, all of that was very, very good. I think when you play him out on the wing, you play him on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, the ability to do the low driven and drill it into your striker's feet is something that Bamba's going to be very good at. He can look for the over-the-top through balls as well, right? 84 long passing with 91 curve and 92 vision is phenomenal for a guy at this stage of the game. Yes, you may be, you'd like the long passing to be better, but let's be realistic here. For the card that he is, that's not his like full-on speciality. You compare it to like other passers of the ball, Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes, it's certainly not a bad stat whatsoever. So if you're going to play him out on the wing, you're absolutely fine with those passes there for him as well. How was his dribbling? Well, as I said, I put that finisher on him, which helps increase that dribbling to 99 agility, 99 dribbling all round, 87 ball control. All of that was good. As I said, because he's got that low center of gravity as well at 5'9", really, really helped him to turn. Shot cancels were good. Dribbling was good. At first with the card, I wasn't all that sold by it. I just didn't quite get to, grips with him, I suppose, like quick enough. But as more game time came under my belt, certainly felt that card improve and kind of got a feel for how he is inside the box with his little tight dribbling. So I was very happy with that. Defensive and physical stats, I'm not really going to go into, if I'm honest with you. It's just not really applicable for this card. Yes, he's high work rates, and the high defensive work rates is probably a letdown. Depends if you play him on the wing and you want him to come back and help him defend, but he's a liability if you were trying to get him to help him defend. I'd manually control if you're going to try and defend with this card. I really wouldn't let the AI try and do anything, because that obviously is something that he's going to be very weak and very poor at. So yes, his physical stats do lack. You could increase that if you wanted to go a chemistry style on that route to increase the physicals. I'm under the impression with me, when their physicals are as low as they are, when he's got 60 strength and 59 aggression, there's no point trying to increase that. It's just too low altogether. Even if you do increase it, it's still going to be a hindrance. It's still going to be a negative for you. So just accept it. Just play around it. Don't obviously let someone get near you, and that'll be the easy way for you to do that. Okay? Let's go ahead and talk about the team links first of all. How can you link this card? This is something that obviously plays a big part in a card's price and how you guys want them in your team and so on. He's very easy to link in my opinion. You've got the ability to link him to any French left back. I'm talking a Mavi for that hype for the strong link. So he just have that one link on there and you're fine. You've got him on full chemistry. And Mavi is a great card as well. You can go to Theo Hernandez. You can go to Mendy for some examples there. You can obviously go ahead and link him over to the French side of things with Kante, with Pogba, with that Verratti. If you want to stick in that League One, you've got the ability to take him almost anywhere, which I don't think you can moan with on this particular card at all. So really, really good in terms of the team links. I think that helps him hold his value in price because he will be applicable on that side of stuff for a little while. Longevity. How long can this card last on FIFA 22? In my opinion, a long time. I'm going to say up until Team of the Year, which is January. And I say this purely because he's got pace. He's got good shooting stats if you increase his chemistry, if you increase it by the chemistry style. He's 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, and he's got a good dribbling. The only time this card would start to be took out a little bit is if we start to see fullbacks come into the game that are quicker, stronger, and even harder to beat. He will struggle to get past Hakimi, Walker, right? If you give us promo cards that are even better than them, then yes, he will start to struggle. You just have to play around his weaknesses if you are going to do that and think about him in that long run. Enjoyment of card. Did I like him? Yeah, absolutely. I think the reason why I liked him was because Bamba is always a good card on FIFA. He's always one of the ones that performs to his card's expectations. And he's not that expensive. For me personally, running a Road to Glory on my PlayStation account, this is a card which I think bridges the gap between I want to upgrade my team, but I just, I can't afford Mbappe, I can't afford Neymar, but I want someone that's quick, that's got good shooting stats as well and good passing stats and, offers a lot. And this card offers this. I feel like at the minute on FIFA 22, the gold cards are so cheap that yes, you can pick them up, but it's that next step which really struggles. And I feel like this really helps us kind of, I want to get Bamba in. I can use him until I can maybe afford Neymar or until I can afford Mbappe or Messi or whoever it is that you're going to replace him with. So I really enjoyed it on that side of things. It's definitely one that's hit the box for me. Suitable level. Is there a level of FIFA that this card cannot be played at? And this one, obviously, as a whole, will always come back to no, anyone can use this card, but just purely because it really comes down to the type of card that we're looking at here. if we were looking at a 6'4" striker like Arnautovic, I don't really think he's very applicable at the top level of FIFA. Someone like Bamba, though, if you're running a road to glory and you're in the elite division and you're playing against pros on a regular, he can do a job. He can certainly perform for you, and that's the reason why I personally think he will compete at all sort of levels, which is great. What's my overall rating for him? I'm going to be honest with you. I think the only thing that I'd really mark down on this card is physical stats. 4-star, 4-star, which that's me being really picky. And that's about it, to be honest. And the high work rate, sorry. I don't think there's much else that I can really argue with. Like, he's got the outside of the foot shot trait. He's got the flare trait. Solid player, long shot taker, and speed dribbler, which them two aren't applicable for us anyway. Other than the high, the physical stats, and the 4-star, 4-star, and I think that's me being really picky. I think it's a great card. So I think I'd have to go for a solid, like, 9.3 out of 10, if you want me to be very precise. Because a 4-star, 4-star is just me being picky, because I like my 5-star skill moves. And that's it, really. High, well, I can get away with it by putting stay forward on him on that left attacking mid if I wanted to, if I felt like he was dropping deep too much. And the physical stats is just the physical stats, and I can't change that. That's it. I think he's a great card. I think if you guys can go ahead and put him into your team, go ahead and do it. I think you'll definitely enjoy him. He's better than Saint Maximin. He's better than... I don't even know who else I can compare him to be honest, off the top of my head. I've done a lot of player reviews, so I'm just trying to think. But yeah, he's great. So go ahead and get him into your team. Price range, where would I be happy to spend for him? I think at 200k, I'd be okay with that. I do think he'll probably come down to about 150k though. If you look at Diaby, he's better than Diaby, by the way. Absolutely miles clear with Diaby. I did not like that Diaby card when I used him. But yeah, in comparison to Diaby, I think about 150k will be about right. I think that's where he'll probably tend to settle. So that's what I'd probably be looking for if I was going to go ahead and pick him up. You guys let me know what you think to Jonathan Bamba. Are you going to go ahead and pick him up and put him into your team? If you have enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, if you want to see more player reviews, please do subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video as well. Drop your thoughts down below, and I'll catch all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.